This is the Slater Report podcast. Today's Tuesday, December 10th. I'm your host, Braden Slater. So good to be back here again. Another great day to talk about college football. Yep, today, show is all about DebataBOWL, so it's really two shows in one today, and I am so excited to be here today to talk about football. Yep, DebataBOWL time. I love this title I came up with for this new podcast. I've been waiting for a year to do this. So let's go ahead and get started with the teams we cover, starting off with the Sooners. They're going to be, I think the game's going to be in Dallas, Fort Worth area. I think it's played at the TCU Stadium, I think, but at the Lockheed Martin Army Force Bowl. What a weird, I would say not a weird name, but hard to say. But yeah, Friday, December 27th at 11 o'clock, Oklahoma versus Navy. Gonna be a good matchup. Last I checked, the opening line, Oklahoma was favored, but I'm hearing this morning that Navy is now favored now. I'm pulling up the lines right now to see, OU's favored by 8.5 points as of the time of this recording. So it keeps jumping back and forth. So really not sure who's going to win this game, LA. They would love to see Navy win this game, but Oklahoma, I mean, it's quite possible Navy's going to win this game. Oklahoma's dealing with some injuries, a trade portal right now, getting new guys in. Got a new offensive coordinator coming in. He will not be coaching. He'll start next season, but he'll just be observing, so it'll still be the same offensive coordinator that's been the last couple of weeks, last couple of games, coaching. But it will really see how. I really, as of right now, I don't know who is going to field for Oklahoma. I know that majority of Navy players are going to be playing in this game for sure, because, I mean, it's been a while since Navy went, not let's go to a bowl game, a good bowl game, but they're 8-3. That's crazy, and they get Oklahoma thrown at them, so that's going to be a hard test for Navy for sure. Now on to Texas. They are in the college football playoff, the new 12-team playoff. It's going to be Saturday, December 21st at 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's an afternoon game, yeah. On TNT. TNT gets to host this. Wow. Yeah, it's actually going to be in Austin. Yeah, the first round playoffs, the higher seed, or the better seed, will get to host it. That will be Texas this time, so it'll be in Austin. Get to host Clemson. Yep, 12 versus 5 seed. They're both 11-1. It will be a great matchup. I don't know if I can watch it because they're both orange, but maybe I'll give Clemson a slice. They got purple in their color. And I love me some Dabo Sweeney, too. And, I know that Texas is one of the teams we cover, mainly because I like to put my horn down against them. I like making fun of them, but it's really hard to make fun of them this year. But, hey, they lost to Georgia, and probably the most obvious play that everyone knew what was gonna come. I'm making fun of Texas for that for a long time. If Texas loses to Clemson, which is possible, I will still be making fun of Texas for a long time because of that. Oh, they lost to Georgia, their backup quarterback. And, their starting quarterback came in for one play with one arm, handed it off. Y'all know where he's going. Oh, right up the middle, untouched. They win the game off that in overtime. I still am shocked that Texas did not stop that. Yeah, I am not letting that down, Texas, at all. All right. In case you're wondering, here is the full ranking, my ranking, and the CFP rankings. Yeah, both the Great Oregon is at the top of college football. They are running the show, and it is not the Bengals. Yeah, it's the Mavericks and Thunder. Yeah, they've been running college football today. They're 13-0. They look impressive. I mean, their only bad games have been at the start of the year, and that's because, well, Dylan Gable just got there. He had to learn to play, so once he got the system down, he's been unstoppable. Really, the only team to take down Oregon, had a shot at taking down Oregon in November, is Wisconsin had a chance, but Oregon overcame it. Penn State, I mean, was close. They were hanging in, but Oregon had complete control over it the whole game. Let's look at the full playoff bracket, the official bracket here. We got Clemson versus Texas, already mentioned that. But, yeah, Tennessee and Ohio State. That one is going to be what a game. What a game that will be. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna bring up the better bracket, my bracket. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight this because this graphic shows the time and the dates of the game. So yeah, see right here, Tennessee, Ohio State, probably the biggest one in the first round. A lot of people are gonna be watching that one for sure. Also, SMU, Penn State also will be a good one as well. If we get the good SMU, like the second half SMU, if we get the first half SMU or the first quarter SMU that we saw against Clemson, Penn State is going to destroy them. There's no coming into that game. There's no coming back into that game. And then Indiana and Notre Dame, that one is going to be quite a good one because it's an in-state rivalry game. Even though it's not technically a rivalry game, per se, it's really not known as a rivalry game. It's really... Yeah, but it's an in-state rivalry game. Really not technically a rivalry game, but Indiana and Notre Dame, you get the point. Gonna be a huge game. And you see, the winners up there, the winner of Clemson and Texas will play Arizona State. Tennessee and Ohio State will play Oregon. Yeah, Oregon probably got the one seed for some reason has the harder schedule. I'll talk about the future brackets here later on. I just want to talk about football right now, these game matchups. SMU, Penn State will play Boise State. Indiana and Notre Dame will play Georgia. Yep. Yeah, some incredible matchups. I cannot wait to get started. Again, it'll start Friday, December 20th with Indiana and Notre Dame, and the other three will be on the 21st. All right, so let's break it down. All right, let's see. Who do I think is going to win each game? Well, let's bring up my prediction for each game. Much as I would love to see Clemson beat Texas, it's not happening. Texas is moving on. So I got Texas versus Arizona State. I really think if it's snowing, Ohio State's winning. If it's not snowing, it will be a close ball game. We might even have another overtime game. It might come down to the last play. I think Tennessee, whoever gets the ball last, I really think it's going to be Tennessee. Tennessee knows how to... Ohio State, sorry, Ryan, but when it comes down to a close games in the fourth quarter, he doesn't know how to do it. Unless they're playing Penn State. Yeah. Majority Michigan have the problem, big games. Yeah. But, Tennessee, I see them moving on and getting the kind of upset. And SMU, I think their Cinderella season is over. I think they will compete in this game, but but I think Penn State will show SMU who's boss. This is the Big Ten. We're in the Big Ten. We're going to run the Big Ten, unless we're playing Ohio State. And then I've been hyping. I have no idea how Notre Dame is a 7 seed. To me, I think they deserve a 5 seed, even though they did lose to Northern Illinois. But, I mean, look, Texas is a 5 seed. They have 2 losses. They lost to the same team twice, Georgia. I mean, look, Notre Dame, besides Notre Dame, is the only... Indiana and Notre Dame are the only team on here with 1 loss in the first round. And you tell me, I mean, yeah, Notre Dame is hosting the home game, but I think Notre Dame versus Clemson would have been a lot better matchup. And then Texas versus Indiana, I mean, Texas probably destroy Indiana, but I would love to see that matchup, to see SEC versus Big Ten. But yeah, that's my first round. Let's move on to the quarterfinals. Yep. So, I got Texas versus Arizona State. Gonna be a good one. This is a hard one for me because I'm not sure if which Arizona State we're gonna, or I'm not sure which Texas we're gonna get. If which quarterback's gonna play well. I mean, if we're gonna get the good Quinn Ewers, then yeah, Texas is probably gonna win this game. But if we get bad Quinn Ewers, if Arizona State can confuse Quinn Ewers, Arizona State probably gonna win this game. But I gotta go with Texas to win this game. And Tennessee to Oregon, I've been hyping up Oregon all season long. Give me Oregon. Penn State and Boise State will be a good one, but I gotta go with Penn State. Penn State's moving on. Notre Dame and Georgia. This one I've been going back and forth all the way up for like what? Yeah, it's only December 10th. So basically, the next 20 days, I'm gonna be going back and forth between who will win this game. I know I said that Notre Dame is the better team. They probably deserve to be at number 2. But Georgia, I mean, they're in the SEC. I mean, an upset could happen. But I think Notre Dame's been rolling lately. And I'm going to go side with Notre Dame on this one. So there's my pick. This is who I have moving on to the semifinals. So let's pull it up. Texas versus Oregon, and then Penn State versus Notre Dame. Yeah, I got 6 versus 7. Who would have thought that was coming? Probably not going to happen, but I think it. Actually, some people probably thought, "What are you doing? You're going to have a 6 versus 7 in the semifinals, and then a 5 seed making the playoff?" Yeah, this is college football. Chaos will happen. I'm going with an upset. This is March Madness in January. For sure, it's January. I'm gonna have to come up with a weird thing for January. But yeah, January. Well, what's another word for madness that starts with the J? Janky? Yeah, January Janky. I'm gonna start calling that now. Janky January. Playoffs. Jinky January playoffs. I'm going to start calling it that now. Yeah. Yeah, Jinky January playoffs. It's funny. I just came up with that. Anyway, I'm going to have number 5, Texas versus number 4, Oregon. Again, I'm on the hype train of Dylan Gable and the Oregon Ducks right now, and I even love the mascot, the Duck. Moving on. Notre Dame's going to have an easier time beating Penn State than they did against Georgia. I got Notre Dame moving on. So that sets up Oregon versus Notre Dame and the championship game. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm ready for this. Yep. I really hope that this is the championship game because this is going to be like the BCS era basically out of my rankings. But yeah. The championship game will be Monday, January 20th, 6:30 on ESPN. This is who I think is gonna go to the championship game. Notre Dame, Oregon, gotta be a good one. Who do I think gonna win this game? I've been hyping up Notre Dame for probably the last couple weeks in Oregon as well. it's not going to be a surprise for me that I think Oregon is going to win the national championship game. It will be close. I actually think it will be close and competitive game, but if that Oregon defense, I mean, we all know that Oregon offense is going to show up, but if we see the good Oregon defense throughout the playoffs, Oregon is going to be unstoppable for sure. All right. Let's take a look at what, I want to say, this is what the future playoff changes based off the bracket this year. We all know that if you win your conference, Power 4 gets an automatic. Well, the top 5 conference champions get an automatic bid. Basically, if you're in the top Power 4 conference, you get an automatic bid. And the highest group of 5 gets an automatic bid as well. And the top 4 get a first round bye. I hate that rule because, I mean, look, I'm going to bring up the official bracket because Boise State and Arizona State, they get a first round bye. I can see Boise State maybe getting a first round bye basically, but Arizona State, sorry, they don't get a first round bye. I'm sorry. This is what the bracket I think should look like based off the rankings. You should get an automatic if you win your conference, especially Power 4, you get an automatic bid to the playoffs. But you should not. But that's your only guarantee. I mean, if you're below 12, you're at the 12th seed. That's basically the highest you can, that's basically the lowest you can go with the 12th seed if you get an automatic bid. If you're higher than 12, we'll see you at there. Just like I have here. Boise State, they're at 9. They're ranked 9. Put them at 9 seed. Clemson, they won the ACC. They're below 12, but since they won the ACC, put them at 12. Even though they're ranked at 16. Arizona State, they're ranked 12. They won the Big 12. I mean, they are ranked higher than Clemson, so they get that 11th seed. But that's basically it. And then, we have our 4 highest bid. I mean, we got Penn State, Oregon, Texas, and Georgia. They're all good teams moving on. Even this. Notre Dame, they're number 5, they're 5 seed. Boom. Yeah, like I think Notre Dame, and then this gets an opportunity because Notre Dame doesn't have a conference to play. So no matter what, in the rule this year, they can't get a first round bye. And this new rule that I'm projecting will give Notre Dame, if they're undefeated and if they have a really good year and they deserve like a top 4 spot, they will get a first round bye in this scenario. But I mean, yeah, obviously I didn't give them the first round bye, but to me, I honestly think they deserve it. But based off the CFP ranking, they're at 5, but the official rankings, the playoffs, have them at 7. And who wants to see a Clemson Notre Dame game? I do. I want to see that. Boise State and Indiana be a great matchup as well. Arizona State versus Ohio State. Boy, I'll have to see that game. And SMU and Tennessee. Oh, boy, would that be a matchup. I want to see this playoff. Well, I mean, look at this. Which playoff would you rather see? Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Which playoff would you rather see? The official one, where we have Arizona State, Boise State get the first round bye, or my scenario, where we have, just seed them by their rankings. Yeah, this is a great matchup. And also, this also prevents a Texas versus Georgia in the national championship game. Very likely we'll get them in the semifinals. But, I mean, more opportunity for Tennessee to beat Georgia out, or Ohio State to knock Texas out. We might even have Arizona State beating Texas this time. I don't know. I like this playoff a lot better. But, hey, we're stuck. We're actually stuck with this playoff bracket, this one you see right now, for 2 years. It's a 2-year trial. So after 2 years, they can make changes. So maybe 2026 possibly we'll likely see something that will look like this based off this year. And then, of course, still, Alabama and Miami are still just left out of the playoffs still. So nothing changed. It's still the same teams. It's just better matchups, and it's still, there's no conference versus conference set up here still. I mean, I don't see a conference versus conference yet. I mean, we'll probably likely have it down the road, but yeah, first round. I guess there is no conference versus conference here either, but I mean, it's still. With my scenario, still the same teams, just in different spots, better matchups, and more meaningful for the teams. And also, with this scenario, it means, with this scenario, I have to win my conference championship game, because in this scenario, in the official scenario, you kind of don't want to go to conference championship game if you're good enough, because you want probably a home game. Especially if you want a 5 seed basically. So if some things need to change, I really like this one better. But yeah. Anyway, there's your playoff. It will start December 20th. Yep, there are your matchups for it. Can't wait to get it started. I'll break it down some more on American Game Day on Saturday. But also, got some bowl games to talk about. Yeah, not just the playoff. I named this show Debatable for a reason. I'm going to debate some bowl games. Really, the playoff is what I'm debating. But yeah, the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Yeah, the FCS. Yeah, basically. Yeah, Jackson State versus South Carolina State. Gotta be a good matchup. I know it. Yep, Saturday, 11 o'clock. Yeah, if I were to make my prediction right now, I think I'm going to have Jackson State win this. And then the SA4A Salute to Veterans Bowl. South Alabama versus Western Michigan. Yeah, they both barely made a bowl game. I think South Alabama is going to win this game for sure. All right, now let's look at the NBA. Woo, the NBA got the NBA Cup tonight. The Mavericks versus the Thunder. Yep. Gonna be a big time matchup. 8:30 on TNT. Who's ready for this? Yeah, I am. Yeah, as a Thunder fan, and we cover both these teams, but I'm mainly siding with the Thunder here. Go Thunder, Thunder up, whatever. I hope they win, and yeah. I really hope they destroy the Mavericks in this and head to the semifinals in the NBA Cup on, I think, Saturday is the semifinals. Yeah, can't wait for it. Come on, Thunder, win this game. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up that week's episode of Slater Podcast and Debatable. I'll see you all Saturday on American Game Day. This is the Slater Report Podcast.